Hi there, Seekers, and welcome back. If you're watching this video, that means you're ready to tackle some of your math for this week. This is the week of May 4th through May 8th, and this week we are doing math activities number 1 and 2 as listed on our reading schedule. So we know during this week we're reading chapters 1 through 7, and we're doing math activity 1 and 2 for the week. And before we get too far, let me go ahead and not forget to mention, once you're done with these pages, send me a picture so that I can get your grade in the grade book for these activities. All right, guys, let's go over what these activities are gonna look like, a little up close and in person. I've even got some examples here. So this is a lot like your shape activity that we had in the first packet, the one that didn't print so well, classifying different types of geometric shapes, parallelograms, rhombus, rectangle, square, trapezoids, those types of things. So what they've done here is they've given you a definition in this chart of each of the type, and they've given you some real world pictures. Now, some of these were a little difficult for me to tell what it is, I'm gonna be honest. So I'll go ahead and tell you guys, these to me look like scones, and they kind of seem to be in a diamond shape. So I have kind of gone ahead and I'm gonna shade in some of them in those diamond shapes to where maybe you can see that just a little bit better what those look like. Kind of like curved diamonds, these little scones. Then we have a brownie, a waffle, and these look to me like little cookies that are shaped about like that. And I won't say the word of that shape because it might give something away, and I do want you to do part of this on your own. But that's the main shape I'm picking up from here. And on the inside of this yummy delicious Kit Kat bar, we're talking about this shape in the middle right there. So what you're going to do, you're looking at these shapes, and underneath each shape, it wants you to give each, because these are all quadrilaterals, it wants you to give each quadrilateral as many names as you can. So you know that all of these things are quadrilaterals, but what else are they? Are they also trapezoids, parallelograms, a rhombus, a rectangle, a square, or a combination? So I did an example that had more than one name for you here, the waffle. The waffle is obviously a square, but a square is also a rectangle, because what makes a square is the fact that it has two sets of parallel lines, this set here and this set going across. It has 4 equal sides, and it has 4 right angles. So a square is also a rectangle because a rectangle only has to have 2 of those things. It only has to have, well, excuse me, it only has to have two pairs of lines that are of equal length. So because the square has at least 2, it's also a rectangle because the square has 4 sides of equal length. All you need to be a rectangle is 2 sides. So that means that a square is also a rectangle. And a square is also a parallelogram because it has 2 pairs of parallel sides, a pair here and a pair here, just like our square. And it has 2 pairs of sides that are an equal length, just like the rectangle. A square has 4 equal length sides. All you need for a parallelogram is to have at least 2. So that's why a square is a rectangle and a parallelogram. All right, now you're gonna do that for the other shapes as well. And the last thing you have to do on this page, it says, Bat says that cheese slices are squares. Mom says they are rectangles. Janie says they are parallelograms. Who is right? Explain. So you are going to explain using this sentence format. Blank is correct because, and you're going to say who is correct, maybe more than one person, and you're going to write a quick little explanation about why, and you can just do that at the bottom of the page here. And that is all you have to do for math activity number 1. Now, math activity number 2 is not any more difficult than that, I promise. It's just a tiny little bit of thinking, but I've laid it all out here for you. So what math activity number 2 is, I'm gonna go ahead. I know you have Ms. Fee's read aloud page, but if you haven't listened to that yet, this isn't gonna make sense unless I read this paragraph. So let me just do this real quick. Mom buys bottles of shampoo to bathe the animals at her vet office. She already has 2 bottles of shampoo. That's super important. She already has 2 at the office. Shampoo bottles come in packs of 3. The table below uses number patterns to describe the total number of shampoo bottles Mom will have for each 3-pack of shampoo she buys. Use the information from the table to plot each of the ordered pairs on the coordinate grid. How many bottles of shampoo will Mom have if she purchases 5 packs of shampoo? Plot this as a point on the graph. So, in other words, let me break this down. Mom is buying in black. This is what you originally had. I added in the stuff in dark red here. Mom originally had 2 bottles of shampoo back at the office. And then on this first box, it's telling us she bought 1 3-pack. So now she has a total of 5. Well, how did they get that number? How did they go from 1 to 5? Well, she bought 1 3-pack, so 1 times 3, which is 3, plus the 2 she already had, means now she has a total of 5. Okay, well, what if Mom bought 2 3-packs of shampoo? Well, now she's got 2 times 3, which is 6, plus the 2 she already has, which means she had a total of 8. What if Mom bought 3 3-packs of shampoo? Well, she'd have 3 times 3, which is 9, plus the 2 she already had, which would bring her total to 11. What if Mom bought 4 3-packs of shampoo? Well, she would have 4 times 3, which is 12, plus the 2 she already had, which is 14. Now here's your part. What if Mom bought 5 3-packs of shampoo? She would have 5 times 3 plus 2 for a total of what? That's what you've got to write in this box. What is that missing number? Then you're asked to plot this on the graph, just like in Math for Today. So your x-axis is going to be the original numbers you have on your chart here, these black numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is your x. That's why it has this little x right here. And your y points are going to be the numbers in this column here. So remember, we do x before y, we run before we jump, we crawl before we stand. So we're going to go over first and then up. So our first 2 coordinate points are 1 and 5. So that means I'm going to go over 1, I'm going to go up 5, and I put a dot. And that's your first point. Then your next point is 2 and 8. So I'm going to go over to 2. I'm going to go up to 8 and put my dot. And I did one more example for you. 3 and 11. I went over to 3, up to 11, and put my dot. So you guys are going to keep going. You're going to add in the last 2 points and then complete it by drawing your line to connect them all. Do it straighter than I just did. And connect all your points with your line. And that is all that you have to do for this activity 2. This down here is activity 3. We're going to do that next week. Now, they did give you a challenge. I'll give bonus points to anybody who does this. What would the point 6, 20, so x of 6, y of 20, represent in this story? In other words, how many packs of shampoo would she have bought to get to 6 and 20? All right, guys, so that is your math for the week. Send me pics when you're done. If you get stuck, reach out to me on Teams or on my cell phone or any other way you can reach me. And until next time, have some fun with some magical math. All right, guys, talk soon.